Welcome to Algebra, Section 1, Chapter 1. When we do these notes, please make sure that you do your assignments just like we do the notes. We're going to be building skills as we go, and so it's really important to do what I show you. You're going to notice that this first section, there are 3 standards. You're going to be solving for x, and you're going to be using some order of operations. Eventually, we'll get to the distributive property, but we are not there yet. Okay? When we do equations, we think about it as a balance. And what do we know about a balance? We know that both sides are equal. And also, what we do to one side, we must do to the other side. So those are 2 big things about an equation and a balance. Because if I add something on this side, I also have to add that to the other side. Otherwise, this balance will not be equal on both sides. So that's what's really important about a balance and what's really important about equations. We're going to go down and we're going to look at this figure. This figure, you'll notice it. A lot of times we see it in chess. It's called a pawn, okay? And we're going to call it x. So it doesn't have value. We don't know what it is. It could be 2 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. We're not quite sure what it is. So we're going to call it x right now. It could be called y, it could be called z, it could be called m or t, and it does have a value. We just don't know what it is. When I come down to this, you're going to notice this number cube. It is a dice, but it is a cube, and it does have a value, and the value is 5. So this is a cube, and the value is 5. So notice that the pawn has no value, but this object, which is a cube, it does, because I have 5 dots. Let's go down and let's do a couple examples. It is important to do these problems exactly like shown in the notes. When you do your problems for practice, do them just like this. So, number 1, solve using the guessing, and then check your answer using order of operations. So when you do these problems, you've got the problem side and you've got the check side. So let's go ahead and do the problem side. You're going to notice that I have a 3 cube here, so I'm going to write down 3. I'm going to write down a plus. Then you're going to notice that I have a pawn, and like we said before, I'm going to write an X down for that because I don't know what it is. I have another pawn, so I'm going to write plus X. This is the middle of a balance, and so then I am going to write the equal sign. I've got a number cube here, which is 5. I'm going to put a plus, and I got another cube here, and I'm going to write an 8. So now I have my equation. Now, when you do these, do not combine like terms. Don't combine anything. All we're going to do is guess. And I am going to guess that x is, I don't know, let's say it's 1. Let's just say it's 1. So I'm going to come over here with my check, and I'm going to write the original problem that I have up above. 3 plus x equals 5 plus 8. And I'm going to check this x to see if it works. So I'm going to go 3 plus, take out the x, I'm going to put in a parentheses 1, plus, take out the x, put in a parentheses 1, because that's what I said x equals, and that's 5 plus 8. Now, I do order of operations from left to right, and that's really important. So I'm going to go ahead then, I'm going to erase that arrow, and I'm going to write 3 plus 1 is 4. And I'm going to keep going. And then I'm going to go 4 plus 1 is 5. And I can bring this side together, and that equals 13. Notice that does not equal that. So I know that x does not equal 1, and I did it wrong. So what I'm going to do then is I did it wrong. I'm going to erase this side. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try guessing again. So that's why this lesson is called guessing. And let's see. I'm going to guess that x is 5. Okay, so I'm going to go 3. Oops. I'm going to go 3 plus, take out the x, put in parentheses 5, plus, take out the x, parentheses 5. Again, what I'm doing is I'm taking out these x's and I'm putting in my parentheses 5, just so you know where that comes from. Equals 5 plus 8. Again, order of operations from left to right. So 3 plus 5 is 8, plus parenthesis 5 equals 5 plus 8. And 8 plus 5 is 13, and 5 plus 8 is 13, and it's a check. Because it checks, I know that my answer is x equals 5. Let's keep going to the next problem. Same type of thing. I'm going to go ahead and I've got this pawn here, so I'm going to put down x plus this pawn, which is an x, plus this pawn, which is an x, plus this number cube, which is a 1. Now I'm coming to the middle of my balance, so I'm going to go equals. I've got an x plus, and I've got my cube here, which is a 5. So now I've got my problem. Now I'm going to guess. I got to try to think about what x equals. Let's see here. I'm going to guess it's a 2. Okay, it might not be, but that's my guess. So I'm going to come over here to the check, and I'm going to write the original problem. Always write the original problem. And I know it may seem really easy at first. This is going to gradually get more and more difficult, so just kind of bear with me as we work through this. I'm going to take out my x, and I'm going to put in parentheses 2 plus parentheses 2 plus parentheses 2 plus 1 equals parentheses 2 plus 5. And again, left to right, one step at a time. So 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 plus 1 equals 2 plus 5. Again, left to right. I'm not going to do 2 plus 1. I don't want to do that because that's not left to right. So I'm going to go back. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 equals 2 plus 5. And then 6 plus 1 is 7. And that equals 7. And so because 7 equals 7, and that's true, I know that my answer is x equals 2. All right, that is it for the notes for today. Again, please make sure that you do these problems from the worksheets exactly like I did in the notes. If you have questions, let me know.